Did you know that around 1 in 20 people are thought to have manipulative personality traits strong enough to affect the people around them? That's a lot more common than most of us realize, and chances are you've probably dealt with a manipulator at some point in your life, whether you knew it or not. The tricky thing about manipulators is that they rarely come across as obviously harmful at first. In fact, many of them seem charming, helpful, or even kind when you first meet them. It's only over time, once you've let your guard down and started to trust them, that their true colors begin to show. By then, you may already be emotionally invested, which is exactly what they were counting on. Today on How to Charisma, we're going to look at 20 signs of a manipulative person so you can spot one before they get too close. Let's get started. Number 1, they lie constantly. Manipulators are comfortable with lying in a way most people simply aren't. They'll lie about big things, small things, and even things that don't matter at all, just to keep control of a situation or maintain a certain image in your head. The scary part is how natural it looks when they do it. Number 2, they play the victim. No matter what happens, a manipulator will find a way to position themselves as the one who's been wronged. Even if they're clearly at fault, they'll twist the story so you end up feeling sorry for them, instead of holding them accountable for what they did. Number 3, they use guilt as a weapon. If a manipulator wants you to do something, they won't just ask you directly. Instead, they'll make you feel guilty for even considering saying no. For instance, they might bring up something they once did for you years ago to make you feel like you owe them a favor now, even if the two things aren't remotely connected. Number 4, they give you the silent treatment. When a manipulator doesn't get their way, they'll often shut down and stop talking to you completely. This isn't because they need space to process their feelings. It's a tactic to make you anxious and uncomfortable so that eventually you apologize and give in, even when you've done nothing wrong in the first place. Number 5, they're charming at first. Most manipulators know exactly how to make a great first impression. They'll compliment you, remember small details about you, and make you feel special and seen. This phase is often called love bombing. Blanche, what stress. And it's specifically designed to lower your guard so they can take advantage of you later on once you're attached. Number 6, they twist your words. Have you ever said something completely innocent and had someone flip the meaning of it back at you? That's a classic manipulator move. They'll take what you said out of context or rephrase it in a way that makes you sound unreasonable or cruel, and then they'll argue with the version they made up instead of what you actually said. Number 7, they make you doubt your own memory. This tactic is known as gaslighting, and it's one of the most damaging things a manipulator can do to you. They'll insist things happen differently than you remember, or flat out deny saying something you know they said, until you start questioning your own sanity and wondering if you're the problem. Number 8, they're passive-aggressive. Rather than telling you directly when something is bothering them, a manipulator will drop hints, make sarcastic comments, or give you backhanded compliment. This keeps you constantly on edge and trying to figure out what you did wrong, which is exactly the state they want you in. Number 9, they isolate you from others. A manipulator doesn't want you to have a strong support system because supportive friends and family might call out their behavior for what it is. Over time, they'll subtly discourage you from spending time with certain people or plant small seeds of doubt about your closest relationships until you start pulling away on your own. Number 10, they move too fast. Whether it's in a friendship, a romantic relationship, or even a business partnership. Manipulators tend to push for closeness way too quickly. They'll want to know everything about you, make big commitments early, and rush major milestones. The faster they can get you attached, the harder it becomes for you to walk away later when things turn bad. Number 11, they never take responsibility. If something goes wrong, it's always someone else's fault. A manipulator will blame their boss, their parent, their ex, the weather, anything but themselves. For instance, if they forget an important event, they'll find a way to blame you for not reminding them enough times, as if their memory was somehow your job. Number 12, they use your insecurities against you. Once a manipulator figures out what you're self-conscious about, they'll file that information away and bring it up whenever they need leverage. They might disguise it as a joke or frame it as genuine concern, but the effect is the same. You end up feeling smaller, more dependent on their approval, and less likely to push back. Number 13, they're inconsistent. One day they're warm and affectionate, and the next day they're cold and distant for no reason you can identify. This unpredictability isn't accidental. It keeps you constantly trying to earn their approval, and it makes the good moments feel extra rewarding, almost like a slot machine that only pays out sometimes. Number 14, they exaggerate everything. Small disagreements become huge betrayals. Minor favors become massive sacrifices they'll never let you forget. A manipulator inflates the emotional stakes of every single interaction, so you always feel like you're on the verge of letting them down or somehow owing them something much bigger than you actually do. Number 15, they're jealous of your success. When something good happens in your life, a true manipulator can't just be happy for you. They'll find a way to downplay it, compare it to something they've done, or subtly make you feel bad for celebrating. Over time, you might even stop sharing good news with them altogether, because it's just not worth the weird reaction. Number 16, they give backhanded compliment. A manipulator is a master at the compliment that isn't really a compliment at all. They might say something like, "You look great today. Much better than usual." On the surface, it sounds nice enough, but it leaves you feeling worse about yourself than before they ever said anything. Pause. Number 17, they use fear to control you. Whether it's fear of losing the relationship, fear of being embarrassed in public, or fear of their anger, manipulators know how to make you afraid of the consequences of not going along with what they want. For instance, they might constantly threaten to end the friendship or relationship whenever there's even a small conflict. Number 18, they're always the smartest person in the room, or at least they act like they are. A manipulator will talk down to you, dismiss your opinions, and behave as if you couldn't possibly understand the things they do. This is a tactic to make you feel less capable, so that over time, you start relying on them to make decisions for you. Number 19, they rewrite history. If you try to bring up something they did wrong in the past, a manipulator will either flat out deny it happened or tell a completely different version of events. Over time, this can make you feel like you're going crazy, especially if you don't have anyone else around to validate your memory of what really took place. Number 20, they make you feel drained. This is maybe the most telling sign of all. After spending time with a manipulative person, you feel exhausted, anxious, or confused, even when nothing obviously bad happened during your interaction. Your body and mind pick up on the emotional toll long before your conscious brain can name what's actually going on. If you consistently feel worse after being around someone, trust that feeling and start paying attention to why it's happening. So there you have it. 20 signs of a manipulative person. Spotting these behaviors early can save you a lot of heartache down the line. And the good news is that once you know what to look for, manipulators become a lot easier to identify and avoid. Let us know in the comments if we missed anything. While you're there, let us know what topics you'd like covered next. As always, thanks for watching How to Charisma. Don't forget to like and subscribe.